For all your TCG needs, make sure to check out alphatradingcardgames.com. What's poppin', everybody? It's a Saber-Wolf94, a frustrated Saber-Wolf94, because between the years I've made this kind of a video plenty of times on this topic. In some kind of fashion, I'm always talking about and making videos about how Stage 2 Pokemon, regular Pokemon in general, are underpowered. So what am I talking about? Paldea Evolved comes out, we got a few regular ass Stage 2 Pokemon that might have potential, that's what we always say, and it's always wrong. Tyranitar right here, this card, on paper looks like one of the better Stage 2 Pokemon, at least compared with the other ones that are around. But the reality is this card still isn't good enough. But you look at it, 180 HP, better than 150, better than 160 that many Stage 2 Pokemon have. You got cheap attacks, route, 30 damage, and then 3 more damage for each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. So, easy condition to meet. They got a bunch of bench Pokemon down. You can hit for up to 150 or 180 damage for 1 energy. Pretty good. Your opponent can play around it, but that's where the second attack comes in. Dread Mountain, 230 for 2. You know, a lot of damage. Discard the top 4 cards of your deck. Kind of a big cost, a big condition, but you do a lot of damage. So you look at this card, you think to yourself, this must be a strong Stage 2 Pokemon. But as always, what happens, I build the deck, I try testing with the deck, and I just keep losing left and right. Just something somehow goes wrong. And then the other thing is too, with the second attack, because you discard all those cards from the top of your deck, late game, if you do try and make it work and then you gotta go for this attack to just put the pressure and finish off your opponent, you deck yourself out, so you're forced not to use it. So millions of drawbacks as always. The 180 HP is bad, he dies in one shot no matter what, and it's the same old problems I keep talking about for years now. Now the crazy thing is, I actually did a poll about this a year ago by now, asking about how much average HP do you think Stage 2 Pokemon need to have these days. And of course, in my opinion, I believe they should have 200 to 230 HP. Most people said between 180 to 210, and then a number of people, you know, think that the way they print them now is fine, which is crazy to me. And then a few other people said it wouldn't matter, they'd be too slow and too inconsistent, which is a valid point once again. But I don't know, maybe it's just the new people, that's all they know. Maybe people really think it's okay. To me, it's crazy. It's foreign to me to think that the way they print them now is fine when they cannot compete. For reference, I'm gonna do what I've done before and show you a bunch of cards so you guys see where I'm coming from, because this is just so plain and obvious to me. I don't know why people don't see this. This is Tyranitar, Stage 2 regular Pokemon, only gonna give away 1 prize. This is Qianpao EX. EX Pokemon, basic Pokemon, has more HP than it, 40 more HP to be precise, and it's a broken Pokemon in its own right. Going to the EX era, 20 years ago at this point. This is a basic Pokemon EX, Kyogre EX, 100 HP, it's what they usually had. Between 90, 100 was the most consistent one, maybe a few of them had 110. But 100 HP for an EX Pokemon. Machamp, regular Stage 2 Pokemon, 120 HP. You'd find some Stage 2s had 110, some of them even 100 HP, but 120 was the highest you could reach, I guess. The rule still stands though, more HP than a basic EX Pokemon. And then for a Stage 2 EX Pokemon, we got this Tyranitar EX, 160 HP. A lot of them had 150 HP, some of them had 140 HP. 160 was the highest, if you exclude Wailord. I don't think any other EX Pokemon. Yeah, 160 was the highest, no 170, no 180. But it's still more than Machamp, 40 HP more, and it has stronger attacks. So you guys see where I'm coming from. And this is 20 years ago. The EX era had a reputation for being balanced, for being creative, for being just a very good format. You know, you're always gonna have the weakling cards that are just filler, that can't really do much. But nevertheless, the cards were in the same league. I'll give you another example. Diamond and Pearl era, Luxray level X, this was considered one of the strongest cards back then. broken as all fuck. Free retreat, excellent stats for just a basic you leveled up. Broken poker power that let you pulled. Flash impact, strong, fast, very good chunk of damage. So a broken ass card. Now, look at these two random ass Pokemon that nobody ever played. No competitive impact whatsoever. I pretty much picked them at random. This Sharpedo from Rise and Rivals, the same set. 90 HP, can do 60 for 3, crunch does 20, and then next turn you do more damage. But the thing is, if you manage to power up this Pokemon, do 60 for 3, it's pretty much half the HP of Luxray. You attack twice, it's dead, basically. And this is a useless ass Pokemon nobody played. I mean, 90 HP for a stage 1 was kind of standard. Free retreat is good. It's Poke Body, it's gonna discard your opponent's energies if you get heads when they attack it. So it's got some good attributes, but nobody really played as a competitive deck. This was not a meta card at all. Random Granbull from Great Encounters, same idea, 90 HP. This was not a competitive Pokemon at all. It can do Daunt, I don't even know what it does, 30 for 2, and then it's gonna block 20 damage. Okay, it's not too bad. And then Rage, 40 plus 10 more damage for each damage count on Granbull. So useless Pokemon, very weak, not spectacular whatsoever. But if you got them to work, it could put some pressure on the Luxray, which was considered the most broken ass card. No regular Pokemon these days is gonna really put the pressure, if you can even power it up, against the basic EX Pokemon, or even, never mind, the Stage 1 EXs, the Stage 2 EXs, V-Stars before that, with all their extra shit, the V-Star power. They just don't work. No matter what I try, they do not work. If anyone knows, anybody, that built the Tyranitar from Paldea Evolved, made a deck out of it, and got like a top 16, top 32 at a regionals or something, let me know so I can see their list and copy it. See how they play. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm the crazy one. But it's been so many years trying to build Stage 2 Pokemon, trying to build this, trying to build that. They don't work. If they work sometimes, they're inconsistent. It's just against some specific matchups where you got the advantage or where the opposition is kind of slow, and even then you might still lose. And the crazy thing is, the other crazy thing about it is, back then, you could have a bunch of different regular Stage 2 Pokemon that could do a bunch of different things. Not all of them had to be fast, not all of them had to be slow. But in this day and age, if any regular Stage 2 Pokemon are gonna work, it is mandatory that they work with 1 or 2 energies, max. And that's about it. Because, as I've always say, 180 HP, 170 HP, doesn't matter. They always get KO'd in one fucking shot. No way around it. It's very rare they can survive a hit. And it's only when you can survive a hit, when you can slightly turn the tables maybe. You know, you buy some time, you guys survive, and you get to attack maybe more than once with it. And this is extremely important, because rare candy is so slow, because it's so difficult to get these Stage 2 Pokemon out. They gotta be able to at least take one fucking hit. And they can't. This guy, Tyranitar, with 180 HP, even with the decrease of Arceus' V-Star when they're holding the Turbo DC, that's 180 damage, that's one hit KO. Just Arceus' standard attack that kills you in one shot and lets you grab 3 energies from the deck to attach to your Pokemon. We're not talking about the powerhouse attacks here that do like 300 damage like Charizard. We're talking about the standard 3 energy attacks the EXs and V-Stars have. They always do enough damage, at least 200 damage, to kill you in one shot. So this is why this type of HP isn't enough. Not enough for you to live. So because they always die in one shot, we gotta have at least cheap 1 energy attacks that can do crazy ass damage. So that at least if we're dying every turn, if we can evolve into our Stage 2 turn after turn, which is another fuck up, because there's no way you can guarantee your deck to be so consistent that you're always gonna get your Stage 2 out turn after turn, and then when all of them run out, you'll be able to recover them with Miriam and then still keep getting them turn after turn. It's just too much to ask. Too many variables that need to go correctly. And that's the thing. It's just everything needs to go perfectly for you, for the Stage 2s to be good. So they gotta have cheap attacks, so you can attach one energy, attack, and then when they die, you get the next one out, attach an energy, attack, you're ready to go. Or maybe if they've got 2 energy attacks, like this Dread Mountain attack, maybe you can still make it work. But I mean, if they need 3 energies to attack or more, unless you can do like some double energy attachment, DC-esque energy, some other trick, some other gimmick, they're not gonna work. Like, you've got that Nidoking card that's gonna come out in the Kanto 151 set. That card is interesting to me, I like it. But once again, it's because it's based on a gimmick that it gives it a chance to work. You get the Nidoqueen out, and then you can attack for free, so we don't have to worry about energies. That's really the thing. I mean, besides that, it's not like doing 180 or 190 that it does, and then having 160 or 170 HP, whatever it has, it's anything special. It's just the fact that it's going to be able to attack for free if I get the Nidoqueen out. This is why what anybody wants to say to me to claim that modern Pokemon TCG is as good as older formats for the TCG, they're always going to be wrong for me. Because maybe if we shave away all of the regular ass cards in the format and then we just leave the EXs, then you can say, yeah, it's a balanced format. But the reality is, if they're going to be printing sets with 200 cards, and most of them are going to be regular ass Pokemon that are just straight up filler, they do not belong with the rule box Pokemon, almost. They are deliberately making them to be bad, and I do not know why. I mean, I know why actually. I can think of all the different theories. Why they make the regular Pokemon suck, and all the fancy full art EXs be good. But then, you know, the crazy part is, like nowadays, even the regular Pokemon, they got their fancy full arts and alternate arts. Like this Tyranitar, this is the alternate art card, the alternate art version. So you'd think they want to promote these cards and sell these cards too. I really don't understand it, man. Because they're just going to be collectibles at the end of the day. This Tyranitar card, I seriously doubt I'm going to see it at a top table. Like a player using it, getting top 16 or something, top 32. Because they have so many drawbacks. And people might tell me, oh, what about Excalibur? What about Bibarel? Those are fucking support cards. They've been doing this for years. They make a few good regular Pokemon in terms of support cards. You know, use Bibarel to draw cards. You got the energy acceleration Pokemon like Excalibur right now. In the past, it was Blast, it was Amber Magnus, those types of cards. You got like the energy acceleration guys from the Discapal, Malamar, Fluffy, fucking Electric. You know, those types of cards, I know they print, but I'm tired of the regular Pokemon just being used as support engines. Pretty much the support, like the slave army for the rule box Pokemon to succeed. I'm tired of that shit. Why can't we build a regular stage 2 deck? Like the center of the deck, the focus of the deck is a regular Pokemon that can be good. It's such an imbalance, man. It's such an imbalance the way they design things that even in the odd circumstance where a regular Pokemon was good, it's because it's so broken good that then it outshines all the other regular Pokemon. Like once again, I always give the example. You go to the XY era, you look at a card, the Greninja cards, Greninja Break, and the Stage 2 Greninja that blocked abilities in the form of an attack and had all the other shit. You know, if you take that deck in that format and then you remove all the EX cards basically, and it was just going to be regular Stage 2 decks going at it, those cards would have been tier 0, basically. So once again, it's an imbalance. I don't get it, man. And the other thing that makes me just lose my mind sometimes, that maybe I'm wrong, maybe this information isn't correct, but I do think that the designer, like the lead designer that designs the cards and is in charge basically of the sets and how the format is going to play out pretty much, is the same dude that was designing the cards in the EX era, the guy that was in charge. That's what makes me lose my mind. Like, I don't know, do they just tell them, you cannot make the regular Pokemon good. They can only be good to some extent and that's it. I don't know, man. It really frustrates me because I want to show deck profiles. I want to show you guys matches with different decks. I don't want to be doing the same shit everybody's doing. Especially now with Pokemon TCG Live. We have easy access to most of the cards if you have a catalog of gems and stuff and you use them wisely. I do have the ability to show you guys a lot of different decks. I want to show some regular stage 2 Pokemon like this Tyranitar. I don't think I'm the only one that would want to see it. You know, maybe you got some kids, they open up the packs, they pull this Tyranitar. Oh, cool, Tyranitar. Want to make a deck around this card. It looks cool, it looks strong. They try and find information, the shit doesn't work. And if I show a deck profile and sort of sweet talk it, some people are going to get the idea, oh, this shit is good, this deck is good, when it's really not. They're very inconsistent. I guess another thing that I did mention before too, it's with the rare candy as well. They fuck things up in that regard as well, because if they bring back the broken rare candy to get the evolution Pokemon out quicker, then all the stage 2 EXs they're going to benefit, and even more so, they've been having this for years since the black and white era. These energy acceleration Pokemon that are stage 2s that give you unlimited energies from the hand, those Pokemon become super broken too in a format where the rare candy just let you evolve on the first turn. So they can't do that either. So we're in a position now where the stage 2 Pokemon are always going to suck, I guess, unless they improve their HP drastically. But they don't do that. I don't get it. I do not get it. I showed you guys the examples with Machamp, with basic EX Pokemon, with other regular Pokemon. You can look at countless examples if you just look at the cards from those eras. The regular Pokemon were in the same league with the rule box Pokemon. The rule box Pokemon, of course, they're going to be stronger. They're giving away more prizes, but they're in the same league. They can compete. And then you use the cards together in harmony and with thought to make shit work. You don't just throw in, oh, the rule box Pokemon, stronger, you use them. That's how it is today. They do some type of shit, you know, let's say with Gardevoir, you got Gardevoir EX and then the stage 2 Gardevoir, and then you can combine them together, that type of shit. But outside of those examples, regular Pokemon on their own do not cut it. Anyway, I can ramble about this for another freaking hour, but for the video not to be too long, I guess I'm gonna cut this right now. Tell me what you guys think in the comments. It's the same old shit. Maybe next year I'll be making another video just like this one again, where the regular Pokemon are weak. I've said this before, Pokemon TCG is at least playable. It's not a complete clusterfuck like Yu-Gi-Oh! Where you can't even find any enjoyment. But that's assuming we pretend the regular cards don't exist. Like, when I'm using an EX deck, fair game. But when I'm trying to use regular Pokemon against the EXs, against the meta decks, even what you would consider the best regular Pokemon, like this Tyranitar for example, people would say it's one of the stronger ones. Delphox is another example. There's probably a few other ones that I'm not thinking about right now. Not too many of them. There's always an element of frustration and unfairness. And the funny thing is, these are considered the best regular cards too. Like, never mind this Tyranitar. Think about all of the other useless-ass regular Stage 2 and Stage 1 Pokemon that they print them like it's 2008, pretty much. You see their HP, you see their attacks, you're thinking to yourself, what the fuck? Like, not even trying to hide it that it's filler. I don't understand it. I really don't understand it, man. I mean, if things like Tyranitar can't even do shit in the format, and then they print some other regular-ass Pokemon with like 3 energy attacks that do a 110 for 3, that kind of shit. And I'm thinking to myself, if this dude did 110 for 1, he wasn't going to be doing shit. Why do they think giving him a 3 for 110 attack is good? Or some other shitty examples. Shittier HP, like 130 HP on some of these stage 2s. Big ass retreat costs for no reason. Just no advantage. They've got no advantages. Only handicaps. A real shame. Anyways, guys, subscribe to the channel, leave a like, share this video with your friends. I really don't know. I was gonna do like Tyranitar, show you guys the Tyranitar deck, show you guys Tyranitar matches. I don't even know if I want to do this now because I don't want to fucking lose 10 matches, show you guys a few good ones where the deck does okay, performs well, and then people think, oh, this deck is cool. Even if I say in the video, this deck isn't really all that, it just gives that impression. But these decks just really do suck so much. Anyways, that's all I got. SaberWolf94. Subscribe, like, share the video. I'll see you guys next time. What a